Many times we all feel that this little thing what we are doing is of least importance for our life. In fact, every time when we are doing something, we feel that how is this going to add up towards greatness? In today's video, I'm going to tell you a story, and that story will decide whether or how we should do things in our life. Hey folks, I am CSK, your personal coach, and you're watching me on my channel, CSKSpeaks. Now, when you talk of my channel, it's known for stories. Stories from the real world, stories from true people who have walked this planet and led their life as an example. Apart from that, we do discuss issues on perspectives in life. We talk about technology, we talk about science, we talk about business, we talk about entrepreneurship, we talk about education. Now, if you like all of this, do me a favor. Press the like button and click subscribe. So, as I was talking at the beginning of this video, many times in our life, we often encounter this question. And the question being, what is it of great importance that this little task will lead me into? In simple words, हम ये पूछते हैं अपने आप से कि ये कोई चीज़ इतनी बड़ी तो नहीं हो सकती और ये चीज़ करने से उतना बड़ा फायदा क्या होगा? What is that greatness which is going to come out of this mundane, routine, monotonous task? In fact, I want to tell you about one famous quote from Martin Luther King Jr. He summed it up. He summed up this entire confusion in his quote when he said, "If I have to be a street sweeper, so be it. I'm going to sweep the street so well that people who come here will tell that here is a street sweeper who does his job so well." What was Martin Luther King trying to tell us? He was trying to tell us, whatever may be the nature of the work you do it well. In fact, our Prime Minister, he keeps saying, "I am a small man, I keep doing small things, but I take pride in doing the small thing." And he goes on to say, whether it is water, whether it is shelter, whether it is direct benefit transfer, I look at smaller things, and then he goes on to convey his policies to the world. Now, I'm not here to get political, but I'm here to drive home the point that greatness happens through small gestures. By now, आप सबको समझ में आ गया होगा कि it is the day-to-day things, it is the small little things which we do which will make us become better and eventually the best in our life. So here, I want to take you back to a true incident which happened in the initial part of the 19th century. It seems that there was this rich businessman who was traveling from New York to Pittsburgh. New York to Pittsburgh, एक businessman train में journey कर रहे थे. And when he was doing this journey, as we all know, in first class compartments, it's like royalty. Royalty because everything is served to you at your footsteps. So when he was sitting and glancing through his newspapers, there was this black kid, an African American kid, who entered his compartment. His job was to make him more comfortable by giving him service at his footsteps. So he got him a fresh glass of water, cleaned that entire table which was kept in the compartment, and also dusted the other seats and made it very comfortable for this rich businessman to enjoy his journey. He kept doing this again and again as he was given the responsibility to take care of that compartment. After a while, when it was dinner time, he came back, set up the plate, served dinner, and ensured that the rich businessman was taken care well. Later, he switched off the lights, dimmed the settings, set up the bed for him, and then came back and told that he will be back with a hot glass of milk so that the man can have the milk and retire for the night. Looking at that commitment, that dedication of this young little kid, this rich businessman could not help but ask himself that I have been traveling in first class, especially on this route between New York to Pittsburgh, so many times, but why is it that I have not come across this fellow before? So he stops this boy and he says, wait a minute there, kid, tell me, when did you join this particular job? Because I have been a regular on this route and I have not seen you before. So the boy says, well, sir, I am not working here permanently. I am actually a law student at the University of New York. But because I come from a humble background and a very poor family, I don't have the kind of money to pay my tuition fee. And that's why every semester I take up 1 month of part-time job and earn my money to pay my tuition fee. Now, hearing this particular answer from the boy, the man couldn't help but ask him, all right then, do me a favor. Before you get me that warm glass of milk, take this piece of paper and write on it your name, the course what you are studying, and the university where you are studying, so that I remember you for a long time. Because I am extremely happy with the kind of work what you have done, and nobody before has ever taken care of me so well on this particular train. So the boy diligently does that, writes his name, the course, and also the university name, hands him over that sheet, and goes back to get him the glass of milk. Next morning, the businessman gets down off his train at his station, and then the rest is history, because everybody goes and gets busy in their life. This boy continues to work on the train, and after his stipulated 1 month, gets enough money and goes back to his college to continue his study and also to enter the admin office to make his fee payment for the upcoming semester. There was a surprise waiting for him there. I think by now you have all guessed it, and that's exactly what happened. When he went into the office people surprised him by saying, not just for the next semester, but for the entire duration of the course, his fee has been paid in full by this rich businessman. The boy could not help. He was happy, excited, but at the same time, he was eager to know who was that man who actually took time to pay for his entire tuition for education. And the name which he comes across was none other than Andrew Carnegie. Andrew Carnegie, as we all know, the king of steel of the United States of America. Man who had fortunes left behind for his coming generations. Famous industrialist of the 19th century. Now, Andrew Carnegie did not know what this boy is going to become in the future. All he knew was he observed that small piece of work what he performed inside the compartment, and he decided that this man is made for greatness. You know, friends, I think people who are great are blessed with an intuitive power to spot greatness around them. When Andrew Carnegie spotted this boy was just wiping the table surface and cleaning up the compartment. But in that very act, Andrew Carnegie spotted greatness. And so to say, this young little Afro-American boy grows on to become the first ever Afro-American Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of United States of America, and his name is none other than Thurgood Marshall. Thurgood Marshall. You can go back to the internet and search the Wikipedia. There are pages written about Thurgood Marshall, about his accomplishments in the field of law. Now, did Andrew Carnegie know that this boy is going to become the first ever Afro-American Associate Justice? Maybe yes, may not be. But he spotted the greatness in this man in the little small things he did in that train compartment. So the next time we come across a mundane, routine, boring task, let's not fool ourselves by asking this question: what greatness will this task bring me? For you never know that the commitment, the dedication, and the meticulous nature with which you will approach a particular task will set your life for you. Again, I go back to Martin Luther King. He made it so simple for us with his quote when he said, "If I were to be a street sweeper, so be it. I will sweep the streets so well that people who come after me will remember me saying, 'Here lived a street sweeper who did his job well.'" Friends, we are all simple individuals. We are all people who are committed to doing simple things. The only difference is, can we do that simple thing as a sample? So the message I want to give you through this is, be simple, but be a sample. Because when it becomes a sample, it becomes a trendsetter. It becomes a game changer. And by doing that, you become a change maker. Thank you very much for watching CSK Speaks. Keep remembering this message often in your life. Be simple, be a sample.